Good to see you. Just give us an idea of what that dressing room atmosphere has been like this week, because it's been a tough couple of games, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a tough couple of games, but I still think we're in a good position. Obviously, the results, the last two games have been disappointing for us, and obviously all the fans, and we're going to try and put that right on Saturday. But obviously, all the lads stick together. We always have. We've been in tougher times throughout this season, so yeah, the dressing rooms stayed the exact same, and I think that's a good quality we all have as a team.
That journey back from Bromley must have been felt like a long one, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it was a long one. You've just got to. We obviously reflected on what went wrong and what we can do a little bit better between ourselves and stuff. But I mean, emotions were quite high after the game, so there's not really too much you want to say. And then you come back in on Monday, and everyone knows what the plan is for this week and what we need to do to get the 3 points on Saturday.
From a defensive point of view, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about clean sheets, we were talking about being hard to break down. Have the last couple of games been quite a bit of a kick in the teeth for that, really? Because we'd seen you be so solid. I mean, the threat at the other end, perhaps the goals have been a problem, but keeping clean sheets have been one of your strengths.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had quite a lot of clean sheets now. I think it's 13, 14 clean sheets maybe. But obviously, the last two games don't define your season. So obviously we've conceded 8 goals in 2 games, which isn't ideal. But obviously, you look at the games before, we've probably only conceded 3-4 goals within 4 or 5 games. So it's encouraging that we have shown that we can do it. And obviously, if we can finish the season strong with a clean sheet every game till the end of the season, it's going to put us in a good way. But I think it's just getting back to the basics of what we've been doing the whole season, and just trying to put everything right on Saturday.
It's firmly in your hands. There's nothing the teams below you can do if you win your games. That's got to be a good thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we are probably in the driver's seat. Obviously, it's not what we would have liked to have been when we came in at the start of the season, but obviously we've got 6 points on Morecambe and 8 on Carlisle, I think maybe. So obviously it's for us to lose. We've just got to go out and do what we've got to do and not worry about obviously the other games. But yeah, like you said, we've just got to. If we win our games, they can't do anything about it. So that's obviously all the lads' mindset and what we need to do.
There's undoubtedly pressure at this stage of a season, if you're at the top end or you're at the bottom end of a table, Jake. For your first taste of it at first team football level, do you take it home with you? Can you put it to one side when you get home, or is it something that's been on your mind a lot?
A bit of 50-50 to be fair. Obviously it's my first loan, and like I said, it doesn't feel like a loan. It feels like a home place, if that makes sense. Obviously, it's tough to go away and switch off from it, because it is such a big job what we've got to do. And obviously pressure obviously is a big thing in football, and it's not ideal where we are, but it's one of them. We've got ourselves in the position, and we'll get ourselves out of it by the end of the season.
Some experienced boys in that changing room who've been there course and distance before and experienced this and experienced the high points as well. How important will they be, do you think?
Yeah, they've been important to me throughout the whole season. Faz, Donald, Seamus, Sean, they know how to address things to people. For me, I like it when someone shouts at me, and Sean does that when it's needed, and Seamus does that when it's needed, whereas Faz and Don take a little bit more of a calmer route. But I think we've got a good mix of older players and some young boys who've played quite a few games now. They class as experience, obviously just their age is what they are, but they've played 50, 60 games, some of them. So the experience in the changing rooms through the roof, and they know how to get us out of this, and we all know what we need to do to get out of it.
If someone shouts at you, are you good at giving it back?
I mean, I can give it back, but as soon as you cross the white line and walk into the changing room, everything's left on there. Everyone's all mates when we come back in, and I think that's a good thing when you're on the pitch, because it shows how much you want to fight and want to when you're screaming at each other and just giving each other maybe that 1% to keep a goal out for us defenders, or go and score a goal like some of the attackers have done. And it's a good balance.
It's going to be some weekend, this, isn't it, with your fixture and the other one between Morecambe and Carlisle. I would imagine a lot of supporters will have their phones with them and be looking at scores as they're going on. The manager's just said the only thing that matters is you winning, regardless of the other game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the main thing. Obviously, if we do what we've got to do and get 3 points on Saturday, it doesn't really matter what the other game, what the scoreline is. We've just got to take each game as it is. Like you've just said, it's down to us to go and push ourselves further and further on and let the bottom two catch us. But yeah, it's a big game and everyone knows that. So hopefully we can come out on the right side of the scoreline.
You'd be nearly there with a win, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be mathematical by any stretch, but you'd be nearly there.
Yeah, you could say we'd be nearly there, but it's still, I think after this game we've still got 4 games left, so there's still 12 points available, and you never know. Morecambe and Carlisle have picked up some good results and we've picked up some good results, so it could come down to the last day, but we know as a team it's not going to. We're gonna go on and push ourselves 6 points in the next 2 weeks, maybe 9 in the next 3 games. So who knows? We've just got to keep believing in what we're doing and keep being patient on the pitch.
I would imagine Tranmere will travel in their numbers for their fans this weekend. Your fans always make it an atmosphere here. It could be some occasion, this, couldn't it?
Yeah, obviously Tranmere have come into some good form recently. And yeah, they've been playing some quite nice football, so it'd be nice to see the WAM quite full, and obviously a bit like the Bradford game, I think we rose to the occasion, and we obviously kept a 0-0 draw against pretty much top of the table when we played them. So I mean, we've shown we can do it. It's just about, obviously, when it comes to 3 o'clock, everything goes down to the line, doesn't it?
Are you someone who's, before a game like this, nervous or excited, or a mixture of both?
When I first came in to Accrington and I first started, I was really nervous. Obviously, just didn't want to make a mistake, the pressure, like you've just said. But once you get used to it a little bit more, you can start to know what you're feeling and how you deal with that. So I still get nervous, like I think everyone does. But it's just about how you control your emotions, which I think I've done quite well for myself, really, since coming in.
So from the start of the season to where you are now, how much of a better player do you feel for this experience?
Yeah, I feel a lot more physical. I feel like I've learned a lot of the dirty tactics of the game, if you like to say. Obviously slowing things down, and obviously what it means to win a football game for some of these lads down here. And obviously the gaffer goes on about it. If you start with a point, you don't lose it. So obviously it's everything that matters, and it's everything that every touch you do, every pass you do, every shot you do, every cross, everything's got to be done with 100%. And I feel like I've put that in, and I think my loan experience has come quite well. Yeah.
I know you travelled to away games with your family to watch when you were out injured. Will the family be here watching you this weekend?
Yeah, they'll come on the weekend. They go to every game they can. So yeah, it's just good to see them in the crowd, obviously, when we win, and it's good to see me dad when it's halfway through the first half and just telling me to go a little bit tighter on the man and stuff, which gives me a little bit more encouragement and stuff. But yeah, it's what football's about. Everyone needs that person they look up to, and I look up to him to tell me what to do halfway through a game. If I'm starting the game well, or if it needs to be tighter, or if I need to do a little bit more, he'll tell me from the crowd, and I'm sure he'll probably throw a little bit of abuse at me whilst I'm playing.
Has he been like that from a young age?
Yeah, he's always been like that. He says he hasn't, but he's always been like that. He's always been quite harsh and stuff, but I suppose that's what's got me where I am, and obviously I'm grateful for it, for what he's done and what my mum's done.